Well, hello everybody! Welcome back to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a Homestead in the Desert, Part 2, on Memorial Day, May 25th, 2020. And yep, I put the floor in. I started at noontime and I finished just about 45 minutes ago. And then I moved things back so I can move around in here. And I haven't put the baseboard or anything on because I still have to do behind the laundry area. But in order to do that, I have to pull this stuff out of there. And while I've got it out, I want to paint that back wall and have that looking good. And I'm thinking at the same time, I'm also going to put the future drain line pipe through the wall back there that goes outside. That's going to tie into the main gray water piping or the plumbing to go to the gray water pit. And because I got so much to do in this area before I finish, I figured that it's getting a little bit too late. I got to put this stuff out of the way, and I didn't want it blocking up the room while I was relaxing tonight. Have to go around everything, and I'm not going to put it outside because remember when this washer was outside before, sitting on the deck out here, we had, or I had, pack rats building a nest inside of it. So I don't want to expose it to the outdoors. So I'll be doing that tomorrow, and I'll finish the moldings. And I couldn't put the baseboard moldings in because I have to put the door casings in first. And that requires a whole different set of tools. That means I have to get out my miter saw, I've got to get out my air compressor and my air nailer, my finish nailer, and that's all another job. But as you can see, I got it all cut in and trimmed into place and looking really nice here. We'll turn around and look the other way, coming in the door. And yeah, I know I'm a working fool. It took me a couple hours to put all this together. Let's see, I did it in 3.5 hours. I installed all this flooring. Not bad. So I still have a few things more to do. Where it goes up against the door, I use a silicone sealant there against the threshold because there's movement and expansion there, and I don't want it to knock the door out of whack or anything like that. And then there's always a little gap along the walls all the way along, and it's not much, just a little bit of a gap. You can see it down there. It's probably a 1/4 inch, and that goes under the baseboard, so you never see it. But that's because there's movement. The floor can expand, the cabin can expand and contract with heat and cold, and you got to have that room, otherwise you're going to end up buckling the floor. But I think I did a pretty good job for my first time. Yeah, I know. A bunch of you caught that the first time today, anyway. Now, I've been doing this for a lot of years, so once you get it laid out and you know exactly what you're doing, and that's one thing I need to say is, you know, if you ever notice that when you start doing something that you've never done before, every time you do it the next time, it's easier and easier, and it just keeps getting easier. So the more you do it, the easier and the faster you go. Well, if that was true, then by this time in my life, this stuff should be self-installing. All right. Yeah, just an attempt at humor. Just a small attempt. All right, so that's about all I have for the update here. I still have two complete boxes of the pieces left here, and then I've got a few pieces here. I'll be opening the one more box to finish up behind the laundry, but that leaves me a whole box and a half or box and 3/4 left over. So I'm not sure I want that color in the kitchen because the kitchen already has the light blonde oak cabinets, and I don't know if the darker color floor would be good. That's just paint in there now. That's just trying to protect the floor a little bit from spills and stuff, so it won't soak into the wood. But you can see where the chairs wear it out and stuff like that. So I got to get the good manufactured wood flooring in there. And I think I'm going to look for a light colored oak and kind of match what's in the hallway here in color for coming through here, but have this in a nice light colored oak. This is going to be another trip doing this, because I've got to pull the stove out, I've got to pull out the refrigerator, I got to move the computer. Going to be a real job in here. Anyway, just wanted to catch you up to date and give you an idea of what was going on in here today, how I just got really lazy and sat back and watched this stuff self-install. All right. Well, anyway, that's about it for today, everybody. G-Bear reminding you, don't forget to click the thumbs up down there. And don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, leave comments and questions below. I try to get back to everybody ASAP, so let's have some fun. G-Bear signing off.